Yes, go ahead.
Jenna, may I ask a question? Kevin Wilde said about a month ago on this show, he has a velvet or satin jacket that only works on Christmas Eve. Today's Christmas Eve and you're not busting it out? What are you doing? Like, come on. During the commercial break, do a wardrobe change.
Good memory.
Like, I was waiting for it, Wildes. The elves are waiting for it. Everyone's waiting for it.
It's not,
and you're not
too
wearing
late.
it. Yeah.
I'm going to get it.
I'm just saying, Jenna. That's all. No
he
problem,
said Christmas Eve. When we all end up at Wild's house tonight, I'm sure we'll end up seeing it. All right, let's get to the NBA. We got a great one to start off the show. Giannis and the Bucks taking on Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Here we go. Boston down 1 in the final seconds. Tatum from deep over who? Over Giannis. For Tatum, his 30th point of the night. It puts Boston up 2 with 0.4 seconds to go. Bucks with a chance for overtime. Watch it. A perfect play drawn up only for Giannis. Fouled on the inbound pass. So Giannis will go to the line he needs to. First one, boom, makes it. Second one, should be a lock. Not a lock. Misses the second. Giannis, you can't miss it. Good observation, Jenna. Celtics take an exciting season opener. Nick, my Celtics are undefeated. How about that for Boston? But we got to start by talking about this ending. What do you think, and we will get to Danny Ainge. Nick, bigger deal, Tatum's game winner over Giannis or Giannis coming up short at the line at the end there?
All right, I'm going to start with the free throw, and then I have a question to ask Kevin Wildes. Listen, announcers don't like to hear this. Media members don't like to hear this, but here's a dirty truth about the NBA. Missed free throws don't actually really matter. Find me the last championship swung by a missed free throw. There's one in the last decade. Kawhi Leonard missed one before the Ray Allen 3. People love banging on, oh my God, how do you not make your free throws? Because it's the one thing commentators can say, well, I could do it. Well, no, actually, in the moment you couldn't. You'd miss the basket entirely. So Shaquille O'Neal, historically bad free throw shooter. You know how many playoff games he lost because of free throw shooting? None that mattered ever, really.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not worried about that.
What about Karl Malone's? What about Karl Malone's free throws?
Now we're going 25 years ago. Karl Malone had other issues. So if we want to go back a quarter century, that's fine. But Kevin Wildes, on the Tatum thing, I have a question for you. Do you want the real take, or do you want the fake take that everyone is going to give today? Which one do you want? You tell me.
Well, I like the realness. I like the realness. The great album title, and it's what I'm looking for you. It's what all of America is looking for you. I would like the real take, please. Okay.
Because the fake take would have been, this is the arrival of a superstar. These are the moments.
Oh, yeah.
This is how Jason Tatum takes the next leap, and you're going to hear that all throughout the day. Here's the real take. That was an egregious miss. That was missed so badly it went in. That's the answer. So, like, what's the bigger deal? Well, Giannis missed a free throw barely. Tatum missed his shot by 4 feet so badly that it banked in.
I totally agree.
Because here's what I know. He was not trying to bank this in. He missed it not by this much, but by this much.
I know.
And so, listen, the win counts and the Celtics feel good, but that's not a good shot. And it's not that it's a bad shot because it was contested or anything. It's a bad shot, Wildes, because he missed it by 3.5 feet. So that's the. So I say neither's a big deal. Giannis's miss or Tatum's even worse miss that was missed so bad it went in. That's the honest take.
I totally agree. I think the basketball gods are very upset this morning. Basketball has a way of balancing itself out. You want to bank in a 3? There's an alert. God gets an alert. The basketball gods, there's several. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, banked in 3, game winner. Oh, no. Accept, bingo, phantom call, lob. There we go. The basketball world is righted. But Giannis can't miss that. And then the basketball gods are like, dude, we gave you a shot here. Of course he can. And Brandon, here's the other weird thing about Giannis that I agree with Nick. It is the rare clutch, not clutch fourth quarter. He had 18 points. He went 7 for 10. He went 1 for 2 for the line. Problem is, the one that you missed cost you the game. So I thought the basketball gods were very upset with Giannis. And I'll give you this question, Brandon. Little anecdote, and Nick, you mentioned this the other day because some announcer, they pumped in air ball. The Celtics played in stadium noise while Giannis is on the line. And I was like,
yeah, that's right.
Like, I guess that's allowed, but it opens up a big Pandora's box of what you can play unnaturally in the sound to you know, you can start putting on Nick Wright's takes about Tatum over the. I don't know why the Celtics would necessarily do that. Maybe that would be a Bucks thing. But overall, I thought that was weird too. And Nick, I agree with your earlier take where it's like, I bet that the NBA is like, you know what, just cheering or maybe a little bit of booing, but you can't play with the audio that much in an empty arena.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I was torn on this one. And the reason why is because what I saw last night was two players trying to ascend to the next tier on your Nick Wright tiers. And that's what I saw. On one side, you saw Tatum, who has this big question mark around him. What's the question mark? Can he become a superstar? Can he do what he actually did last night? And there's no evidence that he didn't call glass. So do we or do we not know if he called glass? Because if he called glass, then look, great shot. Well, until we get proof, I'm going with that he called it. But sometimes those moments are the thing that you need to actually take you to the next level. Sometimes you close your eyes and you make that one-hand catch and it's like, oh man, I didn't mean to do that, but it gave me the confidence to go make that play again. So I think on one hand, you have Tatum trying to show us to go to superstar status. And then on the other hand, you know, I want to say that, you know, Giannis, it was more important. The more important thing here was Giannis, because Giannis is a two-time MVP. Giannis is supposed to be the face of the NBA, potentially the best player in the NBA. And we're looking for him to ascend. And where are those areas that he needs improvement? Well, free throws. Like, if this was just a single game, an isolated issue, then it wouldn't be an issue. But he shoots 63% from the line. That is a problem. We also see him like, will he shoot threes? Well, he shot 8 threes last night, so he showed that he's trying to at least attempt to get better there, and then also put his back against the basket and try to create offense differently than just putting down his shoulder and bulldozing his way to the rim. So look, I think it's a bigger deal that Giannis missed this because he's a 63% shooter from the line, Nick, and it does matter. Like, you keep talking about free throws don't matter, but sometimes these little moments are the difference between winning and losing.
Okay, so I agree with nearly everything Brandon said except for the free throw thing. So on Giannis, I also I thought you saw him trying to score in different ways than he scored throughout last year's season, with a more post-up game, more back-to-the-basket stuff, and as Wilds pointed out, Giannis's fourth quarter was brilliant. They were down 17 points going into the fourth quarter, and then it's a game that comes down to the final shots because of how brilliantly he played. I also think Brandon's point that even though it was a wildly lucky shot that he missed by 3 feet, that can actually be something Tatum builds upon, because he hit a game winner on national television in Giannis's face to start the season. So I think that's a really smart point. The free throw thing, I'm going to be a man alone on this hill, but it's fine. All I have is just years and years of evidence. I'm old enough to remember in the bubble, Damian Lillard missing a free throw, and it cost him so much he was the player of the bubble, and his team made the postseason, and they took the first game off the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal's free throws were talked about for 20 years. Never hurt him. It never hurt him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it does, Nick. Listen, if he makes the shot, they go into overtime, right? And then what happens? They could potentially win the game. Let's say they win the game. So it did cost their team, potentially.
Absolutely.
It cost them.
Free throws can cost you an individual game, of course. I just don't think it's indicative of anything. I don't think it's indicative, Jenna, of like the moment was too big or it's going to be a big problem. He's missed a free throw.
Yeah, that's
true. Guys miss them. Even the best free throw shooters miss them. They miss them.
Can I bottom line it for America? The Celtics have yet to lose a basketball game. That is all you need to know when you walk away from last night's game against the Bucks. All right, we got to take a turn, talk some NFL now. My Christmas advice to you, download the Fox Super 6 app. Get your picks in for free before kickoff on Sunday for your chance to win $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw. Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Here we go. Boston down 1 in the final seconds.
Watch it.
Tatum over Giannis from deep.
Glass.
For Tatum, his 30th point of the night. It puts Boston up 2 with 0.4 seconds to go. Bucks, though, with a chance for overtime, and they drop a play just for Giannis. Watch it. Gets fouled on the inbound pass. So he's going to the line. He's got to make 2. Number 1, that's good. You got to make another one, buddy. Number 2, not nearly as good as the first one. That is a miss. And the Danny Ainges with an exciting season opening win last night. With that, we welcome in Chris Broussard. Again, Broussard. Got to ask you about the ending here. What do you think was the bigger deal in this one? Tatum's game winner or Giannis coming up short at the line?
Well, from the perspective of Nick Wright's player pyramid, it's got to be Jason Tatum's 3. All right, we are 2 days into the NBA season, and Nick's pyramid is in absolute shambles. Are you ready to move Tatum up now, Nick? First, we had Kyrie Irving going berserk. We got Jamal Murray scoring 9 points last night. And we got Jason Tatum sinking a 25-footer over the outstretched arms of the best defender in basketball. It was Jason Tatum's shot. In regards to Nick's perspective, I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. I was just apoplectic about Nick's player pyramid. So I'm going to say, though, it was the free throw. The free throw with Giannis. If it remains to be seen, but this can't become a mental block for him. This happens. This happens, right? It's happened to the best of them, all right? They've missed free throws in these situations. He has to get over it, but if it becomes a mental block, this will become big. Last year, for some reason, he went from a career about 73% free throw shooter to 63% last year. I don't know why it was a career low. I don't know why it happened. But if he goes from being a solid or decent foul shooter to a poor one, then it'll become a problem.
Okay, so listen, I think free throw shooting is wildly overrated. I think it gets talked about so much because it's one thing that people on television and play-by-play announcers think they can do. And so they're like, oh, my God. And Mike Breen might be the best play-by-play guy in the world. There is nothing he loves more than being like, oh, man, that's a big missed free throw. Loves it. He waits for these moments. I don't care about missed free throws. In the last 15 years, 1 championship's been decided by a missed free throw. It happened to be by Kawhi Leonard. Nobody actually cares or remembers. Now on Tatum. Broussard.
That is just...
Even for you, this is low. Okay, well, you know what? Go through NBA history. It's fine. Shaq was a terrible free throw shooter, lost 0 playoff games because of it.
Kareem won a championship.
Even by your standards, even by your... Yeah, made free throws, not missed free throws. Made free throws, good. Missed free throws don't matter.
Well, if they missed them...
But let's stay here.
It doesn't make sense.
Let's stay here. Okay, he made them. Kareem made them. Let's stay here. This is an embarrassingly bad take by you about Tatum. He missed this shot by 4 feet. This is not a bad shot because it's a contested shot. It's a bad shot because he was not trying to bank it, and he missed it so badly, it banked in. You get no credit for this. None. Unintentional banks you deserve no credit for. If he missed it less badly, he would have missed it. He missed it so badly, he made it. Like, you know this. You don't think he was trying to bank this. So why are you giving him credit like this is some great moment?
See, you probably were watching a few games, so you had the volume down. I had the volume way up, and I heard him whisper.
He didn't say bank.
Once he put it up, I heard it. I might be the only one that heard it. Yes. But he called.
I heard it too. I heard it. I heard it too.
So bad.
I had to remind him. He admitted he wasn't trying to bank it in. But Nick, you cannot take that shot away from him. It was a great win. It counted. It counted. Period. Stop it.
I can't take it away from me.
Wow.
This is like 4 feet.
Just bring a new pyramid tomorrow. That's all. Just bring a new pyramid tomorrow.
No. I hate to say it. There's nothing I would like less in my life than to defend Nick's pyramid. But Tatum, if you do adjust the pyramid, you got to move him down for that. And if it's a lucky shot, it's a lucky shot. For me, Broussard, I had the bigger issue. Like, look, if you made a lucky shot, sure. Just don't lie to me about it. Don't lie to me. Don't just be like, oh, 3. Dude, just be like, oh, got it. It went in. I have a bigger problem with the celebration, Brandon, of just like, don't act confident and say like, oh, I called it afterward. This part bothers me. Yeah, that's right. Oh,
Yeah,
look, he's like, yeah, I got that. You know it.
Swag.
You know it. Invisible fan. You saw that invisible fan. Like, who are you talking to? There's no one in the stadium. Oh, you got me. You got it. So, Brandon, look, the shot was lucky it went in. It was the celebration that bothered me.
Listen, Tatum's celebration validates what Chris just said. That he whispered glass. Like who's going to throw a shot like this, make it, and then celebrate? Like he called glass. Like there's no evidence showing that he didn't call glass.
He admitted he didn't.
I haven't seen that quote. I haven't heard the quote. I'm going with Chris. I'm standing by.
So it doesn't exist.
The celebration validates it. Look, for me,
He lost.
He should have, Brandon, he should have went all the way with
elves on his
it.
show.
In his post-game interview, he should have been like, yeah, I called glass. I was trying to bank it. He should have just played. He should have just played along the whole time.
Oh, my God.
Can't we just celebrate
let me answer
that
the question. Let me see if I can get Nick
won?
back. Hopefully he's still.
Hopefully
Go
he
ahead,
would
Jenna.
get his
Go,
pyramid.
do your thing. Do
And
your
make a
thing.
new one.
All right, forget
No,
it.
I mean for me.
Just go.
Just go.
Didn't have the league required 8 players available to take the floor. That's another story entirely. James Harden among those 8. He was fined $50,000 after the league saw him socializing without a mask this week. Harden took to social media to defend himself because that's what you do. He said he went to an event, not a strip club, to support a friend who had recently been promoted. Goes on to say, quote, every day it's something different. No matter how many times people try to drag my name under, you can't. The real always ends up on top. What about the mask? That's not an apology about not wearing a mask. It was that you weren't wearing a mask.
I know Broussard's going first, Jenna, but I got to say something to you because you're the best. Jenna Wolf is the best because Jenna Wolf's translation of my friend who recently became a boss was a friend who recently got a promotion at work. I don't think that's actually what happened. But that's how Jenna read it. Like, oh, she became a boss. That's a job promotion. So that's how she read it. You're the best, Jenna. You are the best. Go ahead. I'm like a boss. Like you would used to be.
Then let me
now
just
you're a
say
boss.
this.
Sorry.
There were other people who read over my scripts before I went on the air. Somebody could have told me that I misunderstood the quote. I tried
they
to
wanted us to
paraphrase
have
the
this
best
moment.
way I
They
knew
wanted
how.
us to have this moment. Go ahead, Jenna. Sorry. Go to Broussard. Sorry.
Chris Broussard, there's a lot going on in Houston. There were reports of James Harden throwing balls at other players, that he's angry. There's the COVID stuff that's going on. They couldn't play last night, and now you got James Harden's fine. Is this just the last thing that the Rockets need? I mean, is this what the Rockets can now use to say, you know what, we got to trade him? It's too much already. It's obviously becoming a distraction, and we're just like a game, and they didn't even play the game into this season already.
Not yet. I mean, they said they were willing to get uncomfortable. You can't just crumble at the first sign of discomfort. Hold to your values of what you want in this trade. Now, if somebody's ready to give it to you, then by all means, get rid of James Harden. But don't just sell him for 50 cents on the dollar at this point. Let the season play out a little bit. Let's see what some other teams do. Miami lost to freaking Orlando last night. Denver lost to Sacramento last night. So what if Miami really doesn't look nearly as good as they're expected to over the first 3 weeks? Are they ready to up their offer for James Harden? So let it play out a bit. The COVID stuff, the league will handle that. If he continues to ignore the rules, the league may suspend him or step in and do what they have to do. Beyond that, what bothers me more if I'm Houston is his interaction with his teammates. Now, you mentioned the reports about verbal altercations with teammates, throwing a ball in the direction of one teammate. If he continues to do stuff like that, or maybe worse, to the point where it hinders the team's ability to function on the basketball court, it's messing up practice. We can't get our stuff in. Now it's messing up our preparation and how we function in a game. That's when you might have to move him more quickly. But I'm fine with this. It's going to be uncomfortable for a while.
Nah, it's time to move on right now. You just talked about it.